Hi, I'm Kai. And I'm Hillary. Today we are going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes. A reversible change is when something can change back to its original state. An irreversible change is when something can't change back to its original state. A reversible change is an ice cube is reversible because you can melt ice. This ice cube is frozen and these are they're melted. Our irreversible change is cracking an egg is irreversible because you can't put it back together. Here's an egg and now I'm cracking it. We hope you enjoyed learning about reversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I am Christian D.
And I am Miles.
Today we're going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes. An irreversible change when you can put something back to its original state without adding something. An irreversible change is when you cannot put something back to its original state.
Our reversible change is if you melt an ice cube, you can freeze it back to an ice cube. Like these ice cubes are water and these ones are frozen. Our irreversible change is if you break a pencil, you can't fix it back. We hope you enjoyed learning about reversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I'm Tommy.
Hi, I'm Ollie. Today we are going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes.
A reversible change is when you change something and it goes back to its original form.
A reversible change is when you change something and it goes, and you cannot change it back to its original form.
Our reversible change is rolling Play-Doh and rolling it back.
And our Our irreversible change is when you snap a stick in half and you can't put it back. We hope you enjoyed learning about irreversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I am Asher. And I'm Wyatt. Today we're going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes. A reversible change is when you can change something back to its original state. A irreversible change is when you can't change something back to its original state. Our reversible change is melting an ice cube. Our irreversible change is mixing paints. We hope you enjoy learning about reversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I'm Shayla. And I'm Vinley. Today we are going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes.
A reversible change is when you change something and you can put it back how it was.
A reversible change is when you can't put it back together how it was. Our reversible change is when you melt ice, you can freeze it back together.
Our irreversible
Reversible change is when you melt ice and freeze it back together.
Our irreversible change is when you crack an egg, you can't put it back. We hope you enjoyed learning about reversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I'm Jade. And I'm Violet. Today, we're going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes.
A reversible change is when
Something can go back to its original state or form.
a
Irreversible,
change is when
something cannot go back to its original state or form.
a reversible change is
A broken bone can go back to being healed. This person broke its bone, and now it's healed on the other side. Irreversible
is
a seed, once it's grown into a plant, cannot go back to a seed. This is the seed and this is the plant. Once it's grown into a plant, it cannot go back to a seed. We hope you enjoyed learning about reversible and irreversible changes.
Hi, I'm Marlo. And I'm Logan. Today we're going to teach you about reversible and irreversible changes. A reversible change is when you change something and you can change it back to its original state. An irreversible change is when you change something and you cannot change it back to its original state. Our reversible change is dominoes. If they fall down, you can put it back up. Our irreversible change is when you mix purple and white clay together and you cannot get purple and white clay back. We hope you enjoyed learning about reversible and irreversible changes.